Royal Wedding Live updates. Meghan Markle arrives at Cliveden House Hotel with mother Doria on eve of big day. Latest news. Meghan Markle said she was feeling wonderful on the eve of her wedding as she arrived at her accommodation with her mother. Speaking outside the luxury Cliveden House Hotel after meeting the Queen for afternoon tea, Meghan smiled broadly and looked at ease as they were greeted by the hotel general manager. Minutes earlier, Prince Harry said he feels great ahead of the royal wedding as he and his best man the Duke of Cambridge greeted crowds outside Windsor Castle. The groom-to-be looked relaxed as he joked with an international gathering of well-wishers and even took a teddy bear from one, which he carried back into the castle through the Henry VIII gates. Both will now spend the night in separate hotels and the next time they will see each other will be at St. George's Chapel on Saturday lunchtime when the Prince of Wales walks her part way down the aisle. Prince Harry, flanked by his best man the Duke of Cambridge, wore open-necked white shirts and jackets to meet crowds outside the castle on Friday afternoon. Adoring audience members filmed the occasion on their phones as a team of security guards made sure nothing untoward took place. At one point Harry was handed a small teddy bear wearing a red sweater, which he gave a quick hug before moving on to speak to a young boy sporting a red, white and blue crown-style hat. Prince Harry did not answer when members of the public asked him if he was nervous, but told one well-wisher that he was feeling great. He told a woman who had traveled from Toronto, "Thank you so much for coming all this way." The prince also asked excited fans if they were looking forward to Saturday. Earlier today, Meghan Markle asked the Prince of Wales to accompany her down part of the aisle on her wedding day to Prince Harry, opting not to be given away. The U.S. star, who this week learned that her own father would not make the wedding due to ill health, will walk the first half of the St. George's Chapel aisle alone, surrounded by young page boys and bridesmaids but without anyone by her side. Meghan's mother Doria Ragland met the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh at Windsor Castle today ahead of the big event tomorrow. At the choir, which effectively marks the second half of the aisle, Ms. Markle will be met by the Prince of Wales, her future father-in-law, who will take her arm for the final steps. The ceremony will omit the traditional moment of giving away, where the presiding archbishop asks, "Who giveth this woman to be married to this man?" Ms. Markle is understood to have asked the Prince of Wales to accompany her after her father, Thomas Markle, told her he was unable to fly to the UK. She has spent a great deal of time with him during her relationship with Prince Harry, a source said, and has built an affectionate bond. It was Ms. Markle's idea to ask him to do the honors on her wedding day, offering the suggestion to Prince Harry, who was delighted. The Prince of Wales was very happy to accept, a source said. Prince Harry and Ms. Markle smiled and waved to photographers on Friday afternoon as they arrived at Windsor Castle in a Land Rover. They accompanied Ms. Markle's mother, Doria Ragland, as she met the Queen and Duke of Edinburgh for the first time, for afternoon tea. Ms. Ragland, a yoga instructor and social worker, had been the favorite to walk her daughter down the aisle, but will instead join her for the car journey to the chapel before taking her place in the congregation. Unlike Ms. Ragland, Harry's father is vastly experienced at appearing at large-scale public events amid intense scrutiny. In statement, Kensington Palace said, Ms. Meghan Markle has asked His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales to accompany her down the aisle of the choir of St. George's Chapel on her wedding day. The Prince of Wales is pleased to be able to welcome Ms. Markle to the royal family in this way. Ms. Markle's father, Thomas Markle, pulled out of attending the wedding on medical advice in a dramatic upset just 2 days before the wedding. He cited heart problems after it emerged he had colluded with the paparazzi for staged photographs in his hometown in Mexico. As royal superfans camped out overnight in Windsor to secure the best spots, Ms. Markle and Prince Harry were spotted being driven into Windsor Castle for a final rehearsal in St. George's Chapel on Thursday afternoon. Well-wishers gathered in Windsor will be hoping to catch another glimpse of the bride or groom on Friday before the big day. Harry accompanied his brother Prince William, now the Duke of Cambridge, on an impromptu walkabout outside Clarence House, in central London, the evening before his wedding to Kate Middleton. Crowds in Windsor got a glimpse of the prince before he spends his final night of bachelorhood at the Dorchester Collection's Coworth Park in Ascot. The bride will stay at the Cliveden House Hotel, set in a National Trust estate in Taplow, Berkshire, with her mother. Stay with us for the latest updates throughout the day. and all weekend. Kensington Palace has made the order of service available to download if you want to follow along while watching at home. Police will effectively create a ring of steel around Windsor Castle as part of a massive security operation for the royal wedding. The wedding on Saturday is one of the largest public events policed by Thames Valley, and in the run-up to the big day officers have been patrolling Windsor, including armed officers, dog handlers and even mounted police. Metal barriers have been put up in the Berkshire town to deter attackers from using vehicles, like the terrorist atrocities committed on London and Westminster bridges. On Friday, police were seen manning the barricades outside the castle, and sniffer dogs were out as checks continued before Saturday's ceremony.